Hi, I'm Kara Pogreba. Welcome to Bright Hope Creations. Today we are celebrating Time Out Challenge's 5th birthday, and I got to be their guest designer. And I'm very excited about that, and about 5 years in this challenge. That's fantastic. So today I'm using my favorite things, So Much Cuteness, Uncorked parts of the sentiments, and the inside out stitched rounded rectangle, the hugs, and the O from Hello, and a Lawn Fawn Cole's ABC's X, and also these hills, drifts and hills from MFT. So I'm going to start by taping down my panel and putting on the stencil, and I'm going to use Distress Oxides for this. I want a real bright background, and I'm going to go a little dark too, just to give it some kind of boldness to it. And so I'm using Salty Ocean here, and I blend with the older style of foam blenders for oxides because they're very forgiving, and I was glad I didn't, when I went to the rounded ones for the regular Distress inks, I'm glad I didn't throw these out or give them away, because that's their new purpose for me, is to use them with these oxides. The other color blue was Blueprint Sketch, and now I'm going to just reverse it to make the hill. And I like to go downward with a stencil like this. I don't know, I just feel like I can get a better sense of a better feel for how it blends and goes right up to the stencil this way. So this is Mowed Lawn, and it's my darker color because it's at the top of the hill, so it's further away. And then I come in with Twisted Citron for the bottom part of the hill. And I just find these so easily to blend. Not doing anything too fancy here. I'm going to look and see I have a little white spot there, so I want to not have any white spots. I'd rather the blue and green blend rather than have any kind of white space in between. So then I cut out the hugs and the X, and I'm putting in partial sentiments. So this is the and I'm putting that, I'm stamping that with Memento Tuxedo black ink. So it's going to say hugs and kisses. So I have an S from the same stamp set, so it has the same font. Just gonna put the S on there. And then I'm ready to start stamping and coloring my little piggy. Using Memento Tuxedo black ink here because it's Copic friendly. I used it on the panel for the sentiment because I have the dewdrop size, and they're very nice for getting a partial stamping. All right, so with this little pig, I'm starting with my lightest color because I always like to map it out where it's going to have its shadows, and if I do it in my lightest color, I can't really make a mistake because I just won't use that as my shadow. And I liked where those shadows were, so I'm going in with the next darkest, which is an R00, building up the color, and then an R02, and this is pretty much as dark as he gets here. I do come in with a couple of different colors so that I have a blend on his body. It gives him a little bit more interest, I think. Also, when I blend out from the R02 to the R00, there is quite a difference. And I could do the tip-to-tip technique where I would touch the R00 onto the R02 and then color with that. However, I'm going to be putting in some other colors, so in the end, they'll all blend fairly well together. So coming in and finishing up the rest of the body, just getting the color onto this little guy. I think he's adorable. It's so funny. I mean, look at those little legs. Could he actually walk anywhere? I don't think so. Not like a pig. So I just think he's hilarious. All right, now here is where I come in with the RV91, and I'm giving him, like I said, just some more interest in the color, layering the colors together. And you could use other colors like the R80s, R81 to do this, or you could use other RVs to do this. I just found this is what I had, and it worked out well. So then I came in with the RV83 because I was happy with I'm sorry, this is the 93, and I liked the 91, so now there's the 93, and blending it back out with the 91. And he's starting to get his shadows now. And I blend that all out with that R00, and now you can see how that putting in the RV 90s, the 91 and 3, just helped that gap between the 02 and the 00 of the R's. And then I'm blending that all out into the rest of the body. And then I come in to get his little hooves and his nose and a little pink on his belly and in his ear. So with this, just coming in with the R32 and then blending that out with the R30. I think it's fun to put several different color families together on an image. It gives it some interest. And then darkening up my shadows again, because they kind of got blended away, and then blending those out. And I decided it needed a little more in his ear and just behind his ear there. Just getting his shadows to really show. It's funny, I keep going back and forth, so it's kind of like sanding. If you've ever sanded woodwork that you varnished, it's like you put on the varnish, then you sand, then you put on varnish, and then you have to sand again. And I remember doing that with my dad as a kid, and just, I never understood, well, we're just sanding it off again. Now we're varnishing it, we're going to have to sand it again. But that's just the process of these types of things. You just keep going back and forth. So I cut this guy out, and I am coloring around the edges with a brush tip marker. And then I want to figure out where to put the sentiment. So I place the little piggy on there, and this is, again, a partial sentiment. It's going to say on your birthday. So I just want to center that up. And then I take the little piggy with me, but that's all right. Just pull them off. And then here I'm masking it off with tape to get make sure that I don't get that top part of the sentiment. Rip off that tape and then stamp it on. Here's where I made a bit of a mistake. I didn't put the magnets down. So I had a couple of little black marks on here, and I wasn't sure at first how I was going to fix it, but I put on some white Signo gel pen, and then I colored over the white with the Zig Writer, and this color is Kiwi, and I was so thankful. It worked perfect with the color of the Distress Oxide. But I tried it first on just the Distress Oxide over the black, and it was too dark. So putting the white gel pen down, letting that dry, and then coming in with the pen seems to fix it up pretty well. So that might be a tip for you if you have extra stray black marks on your paper. All right, I adhere this down on a top folding card, and I'm adhering this little pig, and then I'm going to glue that O so that he's holding that. So hugs and kisses on your birthday, but he wants it to say hugs and kisses on your birthday. And that's our card for today. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. If you're here in March of 2019, I hope to see you in the Timeout Gallery. Have a great day.